I'm talking about the newsletter today. It is November and November 7th actually. And when it was October, I also did my I showed my October newsletter. I do monthly newsletters for the families so they can see what's happening at daycare. I have my own daycare service. I'm licensed by the state. I have also worked in different daycare centers, and I'm now currently just have my own, doing my own thing. So newsletters for any business, it doesn't matter if it's a small business. I do monthly newsletters when it's not summertime, but when it's summertime, I have summertime programs, so I don't need newsletters in the summer. And our summer is very busy. There's so much happening, so many field trips, just a bunch of stuff going on. So I don't do any newsletters in the summer, but winter and spring and fall, I have newsletters. And most of my newsletters are kind of like this. They are themed according to the weather, according to the seasons that we're in. So for instance, this is fall going into winter, so that's why you have, orange, which is the fall color, and the leaves and all that great stuff about fall. So pretty busy and preoccupied, and I'm still working on the newsletters, trying to get the information out. So I don't it's not ready by the 1st, but it's ready by the first week of the month. So while we're coming in, and I'm welcoming you guys because I appreciate every one of you, because without you there'll be no live stream. I want to just go ahead and start. The name of my daycare is Little Ruby's Childcare, or sometimes I just say daycare. I interchange those words. The newsletter is for November 2023. I have a slogan, and it is challenging little children to learn big things in a fun and exciting way. I'm kind of moving it so it doesn't go off. On the right side, I have general updates, and it just says Christmas class wish list. Now, a couple of years back, I had a parent. She was like, what do you need? Do you have a wish list? You have a class list? And I never ever thought about having a wish list. But after she said that, I created one. And it's just basic stuff that we need at daycare, and parents can help with, and also encourage parent engagement, with your daycare service. And the Christmas class wish list is not mandatory. If you like, you do it. I don't even usually ask for it. I just give them the newsletter, and then when they read it, they come back and say, hey, I saw your wish list. I have something here for you, or it's not something that they have to do. Since I'm a private service, they're paying tuition, I don't want to give them any extra financial burden to work with. So I'm trying to be nice, But I started this a couple of years back due to a suggestion by a parent. This is optional. See how I put that there? This is optional as well. So there are a few items that can be donated to our class. And I said I could need glue sticks, hand soap, construction paper, washable pen, disinfectant wipes, disinfectant sprays, art canvases, copy paper, and books. So these are basic things that will be very helpful for our daycare classroom. During C19, my goodness, during C19, this was very helpful to me because parents were donating sprays and disinfectants and toilet paper. I mean, it was amazing. I still have some hand soaps from parents that were here 3 years ago, and their kids are no longer here. So these donations, they come a long way, and I appreciate them, and I tell the parents that I really, really do appreciate them. So then I go to the weather information. So the weather is rapidly changing, and we'll be experiencing lower temperatures. This means that there's likely to be lots of runny noses. It's happening, guys. It's happening. Coughing and sneezing and other similar symptoms. Please keep children home for at least 48 hours if they are exhibiting any of these symptoms. And the ones listed on the sickness policy as mandated by the state. So I do have another list of sickness policy, which is very comprehensive. Mostly what the state is telling us to tell the parents, when your child has runny nose, when there are rashes, when they're acting lethargic, all that kind of stuff, when they have a fever, that kind of stuff. So if it's on that sickness policy, and the parents have it as mandated by the state. On our part, John is my husband, so John and I have a professional cleaning service come here once every other week while we keep up the general everyday cleaning. The cleaning service, they are amazing, because with the way we work, we don't have that energy to clean as much as they do. They do everything. They clean the windows. They clean, the little tiny spaces everywhere. They vacuum the floor. They disinfect. It's just what they do is amazing, and we appreciate them a lot. Like, like when we found them, we're like, yes, this is nice. Late pickups and early drop-offs. So I do contracted times, and I had to start that because when I first started, I had an opening time 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. I worked alone because then that was pre-COVID, and my husband was working away from home. Now he's working at home, so he helps me. But then he used to travel to work, and I was working by myself, 6 to 6:30. Can you imagine those hours? And those were hours I was moving and working and, just doing things. It was too much. So after that, when things started coming down and I was like, I'm tired, this is a lot of work, and I started doing other things in addition to daycare, I started with contracted hours. So different parents have different times. And that helps because when I had 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., that's when everybody came. Everybody came early. Well, not all of them came at 6 a.m., but by 7:30, all the kids were here. I had about 8 children. By 6:30, all the kids were here, and then they were here till 6:30 p.m., and every child is a job because every child is different and unique in their own way. So when you're serving a group of kids, you're not just serving a group of kids, you're serving kids individually. When you're taking care of children, it's individual. Some of them need diapers, some of them don't. Some of them are fully potty trained, some are not. So their care is individualized. It's like a medical it's like a medical situation where you go into the clinic and they create a medical plan for you. That's the way daycare is. Every child has an individual plan that we use to work with them through the day, because every child is unique and different. So this late pickup and early drop-offs is times that are away from their contracted times, and parents need that sometimes because they know you, they trust you, you take care of their kids, they would rather come to you than anybody else. So sometimes they need help, or they need to go to work earlier than usual. They might be like, hey, my boss called me in earlier, can I come in an hour early, and then they have to pay for it. So it's on here, it says late pickups and early drop-offs. It's beneficial that I'm aware if there are changes to drop-off and pick-up schedules, because our entire day revolves around these times, and that is true. The pick up and drop off times, they help us with our daily schedules. They help us know who's gonna eat breakfast, who's not, who's eating snack. And if we have a field trip, who's going, because we pay for field trips. You have to pay for entry fees and all of that, transportation. You have to know who's coming to daycare, because you have to be ready for everybody coming to daycare. So if they're coming early, real early, maybe I'm still in bed, you don't know, you can't just show up, because you show up at regular drop-off times does not mean you can just show up anytime. So you have to let me know, because I may be sleeping or I may have a guest, it just depends. And away from daycare, I have my own personal life. I have other things I'm into. So you don't know my time, So that's why it's important to let me know if you're picking up late, if you are dropping off early. So it is beneficial that I'm aware if there are changes to drop off and pick up schedules, because our entire day revolves around these times. The policy on early drop-offs is $10 for the first 30 minutes and $1 a minute afterwards. And for late pickups is $1 after scheduled pickup times. Our Halloween party was a blast, and I did post some of our video on here. I don't usually show the kids unless I absolutely have to, but I did show our pumpkins. I did some live streams where I was carving the pumpkin and the kids decorated it with stickers and all of that good stuff. It was fun and they had their costumes on. It was a little low key this year, because usually I did the, what do you call them? I did like a gift scavenger hunt, where the kids will go and pick up I don't do candy. They're not picking up candy. They're picking up gifts. But this year it was absolutely cold and chilly, so we didn't want to go outside. But our Halloween party was a blast. So I'm going to come on here. I'm using 2 curriculum right now, and then I just got a new one from the state. The new one from the state I haven't even delved into yet. It's a digital one, so I have to go on my email and download it and then look at it, and I'll start working with that in January. But I have my own personal curriculum that I created, and also I use Abeka curriculum. Abeka curriculum is a Christian curriculum all the way around, but I'm not a Christian-based daycare. I'm not religious-based. So I use aspects of the Abeka curriculum that's not like too religious, and they have very nice cards, like big life-size cards, not life-size, but they're big cards, and they're alphabet cards. And the alphabet cards, they also have music to it as well. Maybe one day I'll just do a video about curriculum, and that'll be amazing. And I can show you guys some of what we're working with. I know that some people say because daycare or childcare is play-based, you do not need a curriculum, just let the kids play and that's it. Sometimes that's true, but if we are preparing our kids for kindergarten, you need to have structure in learning. And even if you create play-based learning experiences, you need to have a structure of it and know what you're teaching the kids. So that's what the curriculum does. It's like a guide to teaching the children at daycare or helping them play, as it were. So what we are exploring, it's impossible to put our entire curriculum on the newsletter, so I just put snippets of it. And for November, and these are things we are always learning, but in November we are specifically learning these. So we are learning 5 senses, oral health, transportation, World Kindness Day, which is coming up, one of my favorite days. We're talking about families. Because it is Thanksgiving almost, and this is when families get together, and do family dinners and all of that. And we're talking about Thanksgiving. We have a unique group every year, and our families are different. I have some kids living with their grandparents. I have some kids with their moms and dads, which is the regular traditional family. There are some kids just living with family members. So our families are different, and our families have family traditions that makes our families unique, and helps us be together and love one another as a family. So we're learning all of that. On the left side here, I have a Thanksgiving poem, not mine, something I adapted from Google. It is gobble gobble, gobble gobble, Thanksgiving Day is near. Gobble gobble gobble, what is it that I hear? And then we have a fall song, and it is to the tune of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So it is let's join hands and circle round as we watch the leaves fall down. See them twirling here and there, see them dancing everywhere. Move your hands like falling leaves, watch them twirling in the breeze. And this is by Jane Warren. If you work with children, you are in daycare,